I don't mean you're
This is why I don't. This is why Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another exciting adventure with the three hosts with the most on Altadena Talks. This is episode 266, and I'm Brian Bacchus.
I'm Jamal Smith.
I look overexposed.
I'm Silent Tony.
Silent running.
Temporarily silent, Tony.
Yeah, she over there doing some health wellness Wednesday juicing.
She's whipping up a nice little breakfast.
And whip it good.
That's right. Yeah, welcome everybody. Happy man, it always gets me.
I see you playing.
Why does this disappear all the time? I hate when this happens.
Why am I so overexposed with this light? This is crazy.
Where's it be? All files. Come on. Are you serious?
We got dead air. Here.
Nah, I'm looking for my hump day.
I know you are.
But it's like the folder disappears. It's weird. Like when you go to the home button, you know how you do that in the Explorer? Sometimes it disappears. I don't know why.
It's trying to keep you from humping. Everybody humping around. Everybody humping around.
People love to hump around.
You know, that's not the one I was singing. I was singing Bobby Brown.
Oh, I know. But
I really should have been singing that one. That was the better one.
So our Wellness Wednesday topic today is where are we now, or where are they now? Is that what it is? I can't read the whole thing.
Where are we now with a year later wellness? That's not the title, but that's the preface.
It's a continued conversation.
You know me, I'm going to have to start correcting myself constantly because I just start speaking and the words come out jumbled. Good morning, Daniel. How are you doing? Hope that you are warm enough in your state today.
What state is he in?
Michigan.
Ooh.
That's a cold front sweeping everything from Texas on over. I got a friend that's been texting me from Houston this morning. She said it is cold.
Well, Daniel, I hope that you're getting a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling from being on the show and watching.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel.
Because it's looking gloomy out here, but I'm not going to complain because it's not cold.
I was going to say it's cold out here today, and it's gray, and we're having rain tomorrow.
It's not Michigan cold.
Here comes the rain.
It's 60 degrees is cold. That's why I could never live in any of these places that it gets to the 20s in the day and below zero at night.
Shoot, I hate visiting.
Because my ancestors are from Africa. That's a hot continent.
Right, they're not from Antarctica.
Right. So,
we'll just continue.
I can kind of start on this topic a little bit, only because I was at an event last night that Nishan Dion put on at the Altadena Library called, I believe it was Under the Stars. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cooking breakfast, so I'm in the kitchen. I'm moving.
It's like Julia's child. So
I always go in and out. But let me just say this. I only know Nishan from them interacting with us here, right? When I tell you he put on an excellent event last night, it was excellent. And I think he's related to, or his family is the cobbler factory people on Mentor and like between Union and Colorado or whatever, because they were there. And he said something about, y'all please eat. We got plenty of, there were like wings and salad, and then they had peach cobbler. He was like, we don't need to take any of it home. So please make sure like you guys have some. And they offered me some peach cobbler. I was like, no, thank you. I don't eat peach cobbler. And the girl did like this. I said, I don't eat that, watermelon or chitlins. But I still got my card. And she started laughing. But I think I'm allergic to peaches because anytime I eat a peach, or even when I was little, the roof of my mouth tingles and itches. So I'm full with it. I don't like peaches anyway. So it's perfect. I don't have to have any peach cobbler. But it looks really, really good. People were taking it and said everything was good. But when I tell you this event was so well organized, it was supposed to be 6:30 to 8:30, 7:30, 8:30. I forget the time. We were there till 8:35, 8:40. So it was excellent.
The library people didn't kick you out.
They were there. They were downstairs with us and enjoyed it. And I really liked how they opened with, and then someone else spoke on the land that Altadena resides on is the San Gabrielino Tongva people. That's the Indian, the natives whose land we should be caring for. And so that was said in the opening, and it was said again, because, you know, we got a crazy world and a crazy political climate that people think they have a right to say who belongs and who should be snatched up and sent somewhere or whatever. And I love the fact that they literally spoke about the Tongva people. And there are still tribes, you know, here in Altadena and all of that. And so they spoke about that. They honored them. And then it broke it down to all these different people. And everybody came up, and I think they had like 4 minutes. I forgot the woman's name to open it with prayer. Then Brandon Lamar came up and just said, look, I'm a 4th generation Altadenan. Some of these people say Altadenan. I say Altadenian. But he said he was a 4th generation Altadenian. He, you know, talked about his grandparents and the church over there. He said, if you ever were over on like Lincoln and Altadena Drive, there was this, then there was this, then there's this little church that was going on all day. And I was like, yep, Mother Evans, Bishop Evans, right? And so spoke about them, spoke about the history of his family and who all, you know, is still there or lost houses or whatever. And he just said, look, we are out here fighting. He said, I am president of the NAACP and I do a lot for my culture, but everything I do is for my community, for Altadena and Pasadena. So they're out there fighting, and he is. Like I said, when he was on
every day.
When I said yesterday he's a Jamaican, he started talking about different stuff. That's why he's going to come on actually next week, Thursday, and just talk about, like, he has tentacles everywhere. His reach is everywhere, and it's so awesome because Brandon's, I think, in his 30s. I don't know his actual age, but he's pretty amazing. So he spoke for about 4 minutes, and then he had to leave because our young adult Bible study Crossroads was happening last night, and he had to teach, so he had to get over to our church. And just different people came up. I did meet the young lady. I forgot her name, first name. Her last name was Stewart, who spoke about the garden. She acknowledged, you know, my dad. But more importantly, she talked about the amazing work that they are doing over there and the mycelo blah, 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 mushroom poop cleaning that they've done. And we were talking about the name and how I always say it's mushroom poop. She said that's the perfect example because it's all the underneath. And I said, I know it's mycelo something with the cleaning. She said, yeah, that none of us say the whole name. We just say what's left over from the mushrooms. And I say, yeah, they told me mushroom poop. So that's what I always say. But she talked about that. I remember when I went over there last year, they had big trees that the Waldorf School, the deodorants that had been cut down, that they donated to the gardens because they wanted to mill them and use that for things around the garden. So they now, I think they're doing benches and some other stuff. That's been done. But she gave this is what Altadena Community Gardens is doing. Steve Lamb, Hans Olaf, and a lady I forgot, they literally they spoke about Zorthian Ranch and Mr. Zorthian and Charlie Pride and how he came and did a little concert up at Zorthian Ranch and how everybody was naked and running around and, you know, doing the Zorthian Ranch things that would go down up at Zorthian Ranch. So it was just really, really, really interesting to see. There's a young lady who moved to Altadena 4 months prior to the fires as a renter, and she's an artist. Well, she lost all her stuff in the fire, And a few months after, these guys reached out. You know those cameras, I don't know the name of them, but they're on the tripod. They're the old ones that have the lens and it's a square box. Everybody's seen those kind of cameras. They gave her 3 cameras, these guys, or I think 3, maybe 1, but they literally, some photographers had it and gave her a camera. And so she's gone all over Altadena and taken photos. This camera, because of how old it is, it's kind of dangerous to operate, she was saying, because I think her name was Nikki or something, but it takes a lot of chemicals and you have to develop the film on immediately. And so where we've seen growing up, you know, you could take the film out and take it in a dark room, but you got to take it out in the dark room and then put it through those chemicals. She's literally gone all over Altadena and developed it in the back of her vehicle. And so she says that, you know, she has to wear gloves and have these chemicals and have the right ratios. And so the very first one she did was February 25th last year. And it's a black and white of herself. Like there's a little timer. She was able to get out in the middle of the debris and ash and all that and take it. And she was having such a hard time grieving that her mentor said, it would be good for you to get out there and take some. So then she started seeing people like the Samaritan's Purse people, the people that were removing the debris, the Army Corps of Engineers, like all these people. And if she passed someone's house, she was like, hey, do you mind, you know, if I get a photo of you? And what's her name? Trevana. She was there last night because she was one of the families that the lady did, you know, the photos. So it was really, really neat to hear that and see that. People were sitting, I was in the very last row, but people that were sitting in rows above me and across the aisle above me, I could see them doing like this, right? And wiping tears. And one of the girls sitting in front of me, she put her arm around this older lady. And it was beautiful because the girl in front of me, black girl, this older lady, white lady, but it represented Altadena so well. And then the care that we have for one another, because she literally gave her a Kleenex and wrapped her arm around her, you know, while she cried. And it was just the most beautiful thing. So all these different pieces, and people had 3 or 4 minutes. And then this lady got up to talk about, you know, what was the abolitionist, John Brown? But she started with Mr. Eaton, who Eaton Canyon was named after, and showed an old picture of him, and they've made a movie and, you know, all this stuff. And so to hear some of the history about Altadena and to see it kind of visualized or pictures of people was really great. And I think it was a very, very special event. And so I wanted to give kudos to Nishan Diam because it was well thought out and planned in a very short amount of time. Because he even mentioned he's been living in New York for the last decade, but this is his hometown. He's been devastated by it. Four family members, I believe he said, or 3 in his family lost houses. However, all but 1 are rebuilding. The other one is not. They're going to sell and move on, right? So if it's 3, then 2 are rebuilding, 1 is selling. If it's 4, I think it was 4, 3 are going to rebuild and come back, 1 is not. And so it was just really nice. And he said he was planning on going home like December 5th or something, and decided, nope, you know what? I'm gonna and let somebody else do this. He's like, no, I'm gonna go on and do this. There was another lady that did, 2 women that had photography. One is making a book out of everything. And so mine is 35, Jesus, with wind chill. See, I couldn't live nowhere like that. Sorry, I just saw Daniel's comment off to my right while I'm talking about all this other stuff. And I'm like,
I didn't pop it up because I was letting you finish your dialogue.
And I just happened to read it because I was full screen and I'm like, oh God, I'm cold reading it. But anyway, so it's amazing to see the love. And there was a lady that closed us out too, and she spoke about, she's not an Altadenian, has never lived there, visited friends, but she's Pasadenian or whatever. And she said, Altadena is going to be fine. She said, because the way I've seen this community come together and how you all love each other and care for each other and strengthen one another, you're going to rebuild and you're going to be fine. And then we talked about other things like planning won't be a 1 or 2 year thing. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3 years for people to rebuild. But long-term planning, we have to begin to think of next generation planning, right? And it's so true. And I think about how the county is thinking that way because they're now going to build 4 youth centers. At either parks.
You've seen the comments in the groups about that,
and people are a little bit upset about it. And it's like, you complain because you say skateboarders aren't where they're supposed to be. You complain because you see another group of kids, might be Latino or brown or whatever, Black, that you say, oh, they're gang members or they're thugs or whatever. So the county is like, look, in decades to come, not just the teens now, those in elementary, those that are going to be born here, we have to have a place for these children to go. And so I like the vision that they are. And one girl, I remember commenting, I think I mentioned it yesterday, spoke about, why are we building youth centers? Why is the government building youth centers with our money? They need to be rebuilding our houses. And I asked her,
they don't need to be rebuilding your house.
Were you insured? Because it's not the government's responsibility to rebuild your house. If I'm a homeowner, it's my responsibility to be able to rebuild my house if it burns or whatever, to insure it. That's my responsibility. I know different people think different things, but we've got to get away from being extremely dependent on the government and thinking that the little bit of taxes that we pay, and yes, it's a lot, but I say that because in the big scheme of things, if you understand really where our taxes come from and then kind of what they support, it is not the government's responsibility to rebuild our houses. Anywho, I'm not going to, bash anybody or anything, talk negative about that, because people have to get to a place of their own mindsets changing. However, it was a beautiful event. It was inside, and I'm glad it was inside and not like outside under the stars with the projector or anything, because it was chilly. But Nishan, if you're watching, or anybody that knows Nishan watching, kudos. It was a fabulous event last night. And then when I got ready to leave, I saw Nicole. She stopped me. She said, hi, Tony. I said, hi. And she could tell, like, I don't even know who you are type thing, but I wasn't saying it like that. And I said, what's your name? And she said, I'm Nicole. I always comment, but so I don't know her, right? But she is from Altadena. And so she watches quite frequently and has engaged with us quite a bit. And so Nicole, if you're on today, thank you for stopping me and saying hello. She supports us. But it was really, really, really a nice meeting last night, or a nice event under the stars. And it led to, this is how people a year later are dealing. And the more connected we stay, and the more of these type of events that we have where people can say, here's photos that I've taken over the last year, and it shows the immediate aftermath and all the debris and the ash and everything burned down, to now, let me tell y'all something. I called my mother on the way home because I left the library and I went straight up the hill, right, to the house. Hi, Nicole. There she is. I went straight up the hill because I was like, it was a windstorm last week, and that 7 hours of cleaning I did, I got to see how much more I need to see what I need to do again, right? And how much time. So there was barely anything. There was 1 or 2 pine things in the driveway, not the cones, but some needles, like a little tiny part of it broke off in whole. And then on the street, there was some. I was like, oh, good. I could take my blower, a couple bags, and a rake, and I'll be out of there like 30 minutes because it's not a lot. But I likely will do that later in the week because apparently we're having rain tomorrow. And so, but I was so excited, you guys, because I went from the library up to Altadena Drive, turned right to Lake, and went up Lake. And when I tell you, the entire east side for sure is fully lit up. Every single street has street lights. And my mom said, yeah, we were up there the other day and Edison was in droves doing things. So the entire east side of Lake,
they are,
up to the mountains, every street has street lights. So I was super excited because, it's been quite dark.
Now.
Yeah, it's been
right all of a sudden.
And so, right, Edison. So yes, it is all lit up on the east side, and I would assume block by block, or however they're doing it, we will begin to see. I will say this: it's still east side of Altadena, but on the west side of Lake, going probably to Marengo, they should probably be lighting all of them up. I did see some, but not every single street, and I checked, and every single street going up Lake. I was going up Lake, and on the east side is full of lights. So, and all the poles going up Lake had lights. So that was really good to see. And then there's a lot of people starting to rebuild, even on Wapello, east of Lake.
I gotta get back up there and start taking more pictures. I think we need to do
there's
another trip.
So many homes that are not just like grading, but the framing is up or the sheathing is up. And I had been going, every week or whatever. And then since I went and did all that cleaning, other than being out for church or whatever, I hadn't been really up to the house. So that's why I went last night. Like, I know that windstorm last week and did some destruction that I got to go back and clean, but it wasn't that bad. So I'm happy. But I noticed all the additional houses and I could see more of them because the lights are on over there. So definitely there is. So Marcus, what did I say? I said the east side of Lake. I didn't say anything about West Los Flores Drive. I specifically said I was going up Lake, and I went and I made sure. So the east side of Lake. And I said,
how dare you?
I said the other side of Lake, not yet. Every single one is lit up. Some blocks were, but I'm assuming that they are going to begin from Lake to probably Marengo first, or Santa Anita, Santa Rosa. And so they probably go section by section, block by block. Eventually they make it to West Los Flores, or they will, I'm quite sure. But that's why I wanted to be specifically clear that I was going up Lake to my parents' lot on Wapello and Mount Curve, and decided, and I said, oh my gosh, every single street has lights. So that's just an update. And yes, I'm quite sure now that they've got that portion. Then they will continue in East Altadena between Lake and Marengo and probably get that all done, because all of that was not lit and I could clearly see that. So yeah, I get that. That you were just reporting, but I'm just letting it be clear to anyone else that is watching specifically what I was talking about. So that hopefully can help some people in their wellness as well, to know that for the most part, Edison is making some progress. Also, there are so many houses going up now that if nothing else, if you're able to go and take a drive in Altadena, in your neighborhood or whatever, it really may bring you a sense of hope, because I felt very hopeful last night. As I was driving around, and then I came down and, anywho, went down Maiden Lane and saw some more up. Looks like people may be moving in quite soon. So yeah, it's looking much better, and I'm really, really happy to report that. So if that helps with anybody's wellness journey, or where are you now? Yeah, that's a good thing. Goofball City.
Okay, so we're 23 minutes in. We're gonna probably go ahead and roll with the announcements. What say you, Jamal?
I say, un momento, por favor.
Daniel said, 3 generations of my family called Altadena home for a good many years. I was there from 59 to 72. Audubon, Loma Alta Elementary School, and Elliott Junior High. Altadena is always in my heart. Yeah, and it's once you hear, you ain't nowhere else gonna be better.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a part of you, no matter what.
Hey Daniel, we have a lot of the same lineage. If you went to Audubon, Loma Alta, and Elliott, I did those, but I did Loma Alta preschool first, then Audubon. When was I at Audubon, y'all? Let's see, if I started preschool at 3, that was 68. So 70, I started kindergarten at Audubon and was there till 3rd grade. So Daniel, do you know me? Because it looks like we were in some of the schools at the same time. Oh no, he's just 59 to 72.
1959.
That's right. He graduated in 72. Okay, I was just starting out.
Girl, what you reincarnated?
That's right. I was like, wait a minute, were we No, we went to the same schools. I was just there a little bit longer, but that's dope.
But that just shows you how long those schools have been there.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody has the same effect on them. Altadena has been. I don't know how I would have been if I didn't grow up here. Because everything is so close knit.
Because boy, you are off the chain. I couldn't even imagine if you didn't have wonderful Altadena to help mold and shape you.
Man, tell you, I don't know what I would have been. Probably would have been a standalone stand-up comic. I have no friends.
I could see it, and I'm sure you'd do very well. Anywho, go ahead, Jamal. I'm going silent because now I'm really getting ready.
He said I'm 66. I was a little bit older.
I'm 60, so yeah, he got me quite a few years. Well, not quite a few, but 6. Thank you. All right. I'm going on silent because I know you guys are doing announcements.
She said I'm going on silent.
There we go.
She all zooming by.
So I got a new slide for the Altadena Community Center because the other one was kind of old, but you can get the in-person help for the essential services for the 2025 fires, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 730 East Altadena Drive in Altadena. Let me expand this. All right. And we still have the LA County One-Stop Permit Center at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. Walk-in hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30. You can still set up the consultations, the rebuild consultations for individuals in small groups. Those are only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as well as Saturdays from 8 to noon. You can also set up Southern California Edison planner appointments on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to noon. To do so, you got to go to the website recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/1-stop-permit-centers. The county's still waiving and refunding permit fees for homeowners rebuilding after the fire. So if you've already paid, you can potentially have them refunded. And if you've yet to pay those fees, you can potentially have them waived. What you do need to do, though, is demonstrate that you both owned and lived in the property prior to the 7th of January of last year. In addition, you have to be working on an eligible project, such as the replacement of your single-family home destroyed by either of the fires. That does include accessory structures like ADUs, garages, and pools. It also includes standalone ADUs that are utilized for temporary occupancy during the rebuilding phase. What's not eligible, however, are commercial, rental, multifamily, or temporary housing projects, in addition to any properties that were not damaged by the fires. Now, in order to actually apply for the waiver or refund, you do have to fill out an online form. You could do so by visiting the website recovery.lacounty.gov/fee-waivers-and-refunds, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Once you have gotten to that page, you can fill out the form online and either print up a copy and walk it into one of the offices, or you can include it as an attachment and send an email to recovery@planning.lacounty.gov. The nice thing is you only need one form and it covers all the departments necessary. The Calysis Mortgage Fund is still providing 3 months of mortgage payment assistance up to a maximum of $20,000. These funds do not have to be repaid and it's free to apply. One thing to note, though, is if you do get the money, it's going directly to your mortgage servicer, not to you first. For eligibility requirements, your primary residence must have been destroyed or considered uninhabitable due to a qualified disaster, such as the Palisades or Eaton Fire, or any other qualified disaster from the 1st of January of 23 through the 8th of January of 25. You also must have owned and occupied the home, and it could have up to 4 units on the property. And you also have to meet the combined income limits of $211,000. Now, if you do apply, please be prepared to have to provide your utility bill, homeowner's insurance or FEMA claim, mortgage statements, proof of income, as well as bank statements. And to actually apply, you want to go to calycismortgagefund.org. And they have telephone help Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. by calling 800-501-0019. Now, you can also get in-person assistance with this form at either the One Stop Rebuild Center at 1828 Sawtell Boulevard in Los Angeles, or at the Altadena Community Center, again at 730 East Altadena Drive in Altadena. That's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now
So
for
I
the
have a
local,
question.
yeah.
It just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You know how so many people have had to get an SBA loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they need to help rebuild their house or get something from their lender. Their house is paid off. They use the home equity loan. Could they in turn go and apply for this to help pay that off? I wonder their home equity loan or their SBA loan to rebuild.
It's a great question. To get that answered, perhaps folks might want to call that number or go into this office and ask the question.
Yeah, that just popped up.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm
Interesting.
sure others have had that question. Maybe we can ask them too. I can check it. So Frontline, I believe his distribution is, they actually have had this. I've overlooked this flyer and I apologize, folks, for not putting it up. But at 2707 Windsor Avenue, there is a distribution table that is up from 9 to 5 every single day, weather permitting. It's not a ton of stuff. Actually, it's not Frontline. This is something different. But it is every day, Monday through Sunday. So it's, if you need something, definitely check that out. 2707 Windsor Avenue.
So just so you guys know, 2707 Windsor Avenue is right at Mountain View in Windsor.
Cool. Is that over in the dirt, like overlooking the park in JPM?
No, it's right before. So it's at someone's house right before you get to the parking lot. Oh,
okay, cool.
Right there in Windsor.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I always like to give people, because, you look at their address going, where is that? I live right around the corner from there. I'm like, I know that house.
Yeah, good point.
Wait. What's that address?
No. I passed by there about a week and a half ago.
2707 Windsor Avenue.
Yeah, it's just north of when you turn off of Woodbury going north on Windsor. And it's on the west side of the street. And it's set up just like that. Because I passed, I was like, what is that?
It's funny, when you look up the address, it says Lock-in Yard of Flint Ridge, as if that particular section is not Altadena. It's really weird.
Yeah.
We do this, people, because we want to make sure you know where to go. I mean,
but I passed it, and it's not too far north of. It's not even up where Vista Laguna is, but it's not.
No, are you sure? Because the map is showing it right below Mountain View.
I passed. Okay, maybe there are two, but I turned north of Woodbury and went north, and it was on the west side of the street, but not real far, right by Vista Laguna, but down a little bit. Anyway, we'll go. One of us will go drive by there, and then we'll be able to tell you exactly where it is, you all. Because we do
Mom, just to tell you real quick, I know we're in the middle of announcements, but they both passed away a couple years before that.
Who?
Where we used to live.
Oh, you're reading.
The owners of the home we used to rent.
Oh, you're reading your comment. Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll get this one for you all and tell you exactly where it is, only because we want to be accurate.
Yeah, we don't like seeing you on wild goose chases.
Okay, My Tribe Rise still has the Adopt a Survivor matching fund drive, where they're trying to raise an additional $500,000 to match the $500,000 they had before, to provide bridge funding and rent or mortgage coverage for up to 50 families. If you're able to contribute and donate, please do so by scanning the QR code on the flyer. That was yesterday. Sorry, I thought I removed that. And there's a senior day. So Hope Now CRC invites members of the community to come together for a day of connection and companionship. This special gathering creates a safe, engaging space for seniors to socialize, share stories, and strengthen community bonds. This is going to take place today. It is from 10:30 to 12 p.m. at Hope Now CRC, which is at 1800 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. And again, seniors are by age, not seniors in high school, just in case there's any confusion. So definitely go check that out. And then today from 12 to 3 is the We Out Here Market provided by Juicy Little Finds Thrift Store.
We out here.
They have fresh produce and groceries and free smoothies and much more. The location is at the world famous Fair Oaks Burgers. It's at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. They do ask that you bring your ID, as it is for Altadena residents, and donations and volunteers are needed. If you'd like additional information, you can go to juicylittle.org. And then from 12 until supplies last, there's also a free pop-up market happening today. The location is, where's location? Where am I missing that? Oh, Lifeline Fellowship, Christian Fellowship at 2556 North Lake Avenue in Altadena. They do ask that you bring your own bag. In addition, 200 free hot meals are going to be provided by El Patron Restaurant, sponsored by Support and Feed. Now, there is a kind of a flyer within the flyer. So Boots on the Ground special end of month Wednesdays will be giving out bulk supplies. So the last Wednesdays, I guess, of the month, they're going to have hygiene products, new clothing, shoes, dishware, diapers, wipes, essential supplies, and much more. So stock up. So that's going on today. Then LA Fire Justice has an Eaton Fire Recovery Center that's happening today from 11 to 12:30. Also at Hope Now CRC at 1800 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. If you have any questions, you can reach out to 626-817-3910. And there's free grief and loss support group for the LA Fires every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8 at the Maxwell House, which is at 55 South Grand Avenue in Pasadena. There is also a virtual access to this, and it's for adults 18 years and older who was impacted by the fires, and it is free of charge. If you'd like additional information, please reach out to Diane Diaz-Kogel at 818-395-8066 or via email at Joanne, Joanne, Kogel, Koegl at gmail.com. And then the Laundry Truck LA, they have their service just ended, but I didn't make this announcement yesterday, and they'll be there next week. So every Wednesday at the Altadena Seventh-day Adventist Church at 2609 Lincoln Avenue, they have drop-off hours. You drop off your clothes between 9 and 11. Come back in a couple hours, and your laundry will be washed, dried, and folded for you. So if you missed today, you can definitely do it next week. And then you're invited if you're a business or entrepreneur. They're actually having a workshop for providing tools, resources, and training, and also to potentially get capital to start or grow your business. Again, it's happening at Hope Now or provided by Hope Now CRC. And for registration, I got to increase the size of this because I cannot see it. Sorry. Where is it? All right. So what it says, so it's Wednesday today from 12:30 to 2, and it is at Hope Now CRC's 1800 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. For registration and more information, you can again call 626-817-3910 or send an email to info@hopenowcrc.org. And then Senator Sasha Renee Perez has a virtual town hall today from 7 to 8 p.m. Insurance delays and underpayments aren't accidents. They're a business model. She's going to help you learn how her new bills, take them on and how you can move forward together. Please invite friends, networks, and allies. You can scan the QR code to register or go to efsurvivors.net/events. It's EF as an Eaton Fire. And then Rebuild Altadena is taking place. So SCORE wants to invite you to Rebuild Altadena. It's an event to support local small business owners as they rebuild and grow after the Eaton Fire. It's taking place today from 11 until 4 p.m. at Alta Design Works at 409 East Woodbury Road in Altadena. You You can scan the QR code to register. It's highly encouraged because space is limited. And then there is a Love Thy Neighbor event. So please join for a free event commemorating the 1-year anniversary of the Eden Fire. There'll be music, prayers, and compassion gifts celebrating Altadena Strong. It's taking place tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. at 2150 Glen Rose Avenue in Altadena. And then Dina Heals has another men's healing circle with Yancey Cummins and Mike De La Rocha. It's happening tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Paseo at 300 East Colorado Boulevard at Suite 151 in Pasadena. To RSVP, please go to bit.ly/D as in Dina, H as in Heals, --sacred -lessons. And then the last of the 3 guided meditations will take place this Friday, the 23rd at 5 p.m. at the main library community room. This is located at 600 East Mariposa Street in Altadena. It's going to be with Devon of Pasadena Meditation. And then the grief party is going to happen this Saturday at 10 a.m. with Dr. Demetra Clark, Adrienne Bell, and Paula Cooper Pearl. It's a virtual healing gathering on Adrienne Bell's Facebook page. So when she goes live, you can go to The Real Adrienne Bell and participate in this. It should be a very nice and helpful event. Then every Sunday, there's a fire support group at Stars Wellness Center at 10 a.m. This is located at 500 East Villa Street in Pasadena. If you have questions, you can reach out to Whitney at Whitney V as in Victor at gostars.org. And then also on Sunday, there is the Healing Through Feeling emotional wellness journey, a wellness experience for youth and families, supporting emotional wellness, resilience, and connection for families. It's taking place from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. At the Eden Fire Collaboratory, which is 500 West Mary Road. And you do need to scan the QR code in order to register.
With personnel again. I've had.
And there is an Altadena to Lamert Park art walk.
I had I think I have like 4 new
competing over
employees
here for airtime.
Your face, though.
I know.
Hey, at least as bad as when I used to have Ghost of the Machine walking.
Well, at least you'd be able to hear me. But this is taking place on Sunday from 12 to 5. It's Threads of Unity celebrating creative kinship in the spirit of George Washington Carver. Please scan the QR code to get the information and registration data. Mm-hmm. This is actually pretty cool. Roots and Rhythms. It's a six-week community Afro-Latin drumming class. It's happening every Monday beginning on the 1st of, on the 26th of January. So it's next Monday at Dina Hills, which is 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151. And the lady who's running this is the lady who my aunt plays drums with. Is part of the same group. No, so you can scan the QR code to register for this, and it is free.
In case they come and ask you or tell you, but I did let them know.
And then lastly, we have the official premiere of Beneath the Ashes, The Past Reimagined.
Oh, okay.
It's happening the 1st of February. It's Sunday at Ogden Cultural Center, 2495 East Mountain Street in Pasadena.
That was awesome.
Doors open at 4:30 and screening begins at 5 p.m.
Right.
This is a documentary film produced by Brandon Lamar and directed by Haran Gadalian. Please scan the QR code as to get your free ticket, as space is limited. And with that, I bring.
Is that the end, or I was going to say, if not, I can read them, and you can go on mute.
Yeah, it's it.
Okay, perfect.
We're done.
Because you got in the Jamal After Dark voice, but I want to make
sure. And so I'm bringing
like,
Brian and Tony back. So here we go.
Want to make sure you were good. I was like, I'll cover it if you need me to, bro. He did that so well. He did like this. He leaned in.
Right.
And let me talk.
Sharing airspace, baby. This
I'm
is
sure
any
you're
love
fine.
with Altadena.
Because they both work from home, so
Right.
he's working, and now
And she rarely makes phone calls. So
exactly. So it's all good.
But just to let y'all know that this is straight organic. It's non-scripted. I mean, hey, this is our real life situations here. Just so you guys all know, I have. We got some questions up here. Was the fire damage at Mountain View Cemetery repaired? It was closed for a bit. I do think that I haven't heard anything about that. But yeah. I'll have to check that out for you, Daniel. I'll give you a report tomorrow because I'll be passing by there this morning when I go to We Out Here.
So the cemetery is not closed anymore. That was in the very beginning. It was repaired, whatever they needed to do. I think a couple trees got cut as well, but it's open because I've been over there a couple times. That's where my brother's at. So, yeah.
And then Vonnie Kennedy says, "Thank you for all this information and support. Altadena love, baby." I added the baby. She didn't say that.
How's the smoothie, Tony?
Oh my God, it's so good.
I know you over there smacking.
No, I'm not smacking. I went because yes, I said no because I'm not smacking. I did like this.
I want you. No, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back and watch this particular show and speed up to this part.
Yeah.
So you heard what you just did just now?
That's not smacking. That's not smacking. Smacking is when you chew food and you chew with your mouth open.
Whatever it was you just did, you did it.
Okay, exactly. And I did that because it was tart. But anyway, back to
she had a tart pop. I'm going to get a tart pop.
The smoothie is very good, Jamal. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Very good. And that's when I went, because it's tart. Anyway, we are going to be ending now and saying toodles because we have a very important meeting in a few minutes. And so the three of us need to go and do whatever we need to prep for that and get ready. And gentlemen, I will see you at 11:30 on that meeting call. I hope, or we hope, I'm sorry, the three of us hope that, that this helps a little bit with your wellness and where are you now? Do what you need to do. Even if it's drinking a smoothie and going, or anything else to make sure your wellness is good. That your wellness is as it should be. Take care of yourself. Toodles.
Peace, everybody.